Good morning, it's Barry with Growing Roots Farm. How's it going? Got an update on the chickens, specifically with what we're feeding them and how we're feeding them. And I'll get into the reasons why here through the video. The main reason is this is a bit of an experiment. We've never done feed like this before, but about, I don't know, several weeks ago, I can't remember exactly when, it started getting hotter. And we got several chickens that got broody. Quite a few of them got broody. And then all of a sudden, all at the exact same time, our egg production, we went from getting about 4 dozen eggs a day to, we were lucky if we got 2. Actually, we were getting closer to, we were almost getting 5 dozen eggs a day. And we sell at the farmer's market, so we need the egg production to stay high. And truthfully, we could have more chickens right now with the way they've been, but we need the egg production. So the egg production dropped, and because of that, we had to think of, what's going on. We're problem solving. I'll show you a couple things that we've done, and we're hoping, this has all been done recently, and we're hoping that it changes and that we start seeing some improvement. Let me spin you around. So, one improvement, and this is kind of the least, but I added this little tarp. Now I will say the chickens have really liked it. We've added extra shade. It has been very hot lately, and where we're all mobile, they're out in the middle of the fields, so there's no, these are old hay fields. There's no clumps of trees in the middle of them. And even if there were, I don't really like parking the chickens right around all the trees because they get up in them. So that's one thing. We added more shade, or it's gotten hot. The other thing, and this is the main part of the video, is some of the boy lambs over there we just moved a few days ago. They're handling it okay, but they still miss their mamas. But one thing we did, we took the components of what we were already feeding them, and instead of instead of mixing it and then just bringing it in a bucket and spreading it out, what we're trying to do is see if it's the nutrients that they're getting. So we're trying a free choice system, and I believe this idea, I believe my wife came across it in one of Joel Salatin's books. But we're trying just a free choice, and I'll show you, see where the chickens are right now? I'll show you what's down there. So to start off, we got whole corn. Yes, chickens can handle whole corn. They've been doing it just fine now for 2 years, somewhere thereabout. Soybean meal, which isn't our favorite, but it's a source of protein. The oats. We have kelp, fish meal, and then we got oyster shell and some other minerals in there. But I've noticed this morning they've been going after the fish meal. Yesterday was their first day doing this. Once again, this is an experiment. Yesterday, they weren't touching the fish meal, and earlier this morning I saw them here with the kelp. They weren't messing with that either. Yesterday, they didn't go near these blue bins. But yet, this morning when I woke up and looked out the window, there's been numerous chickens at this one all morning. So, then the ones that I'm seeing, initially yesterday, they were going to the corn. They went to the corn and they went to the oats. But we set this up to where I could see them from outside my office window and kind of keep an eye on which food source they're going to. Since this is a free choice, they're kind of going to where their needs are. And as the day progressed, instead of going to the oats, I saw them go into a lot more of the soybean meal. So my initial theory, and this is just a 24-hour theory, so I could be way wrong. My initial theory is maybe we weren't providing enough protein, because out of all these, the corn, soybean meal, oats, and those over there, the soybean meal is the main protein source. So maybe our egg production was a combination of multiple factors. Could have been the heat coming in pretty quickly, multiple, and I mean numerous broody hens, and then maybe they weren't getting enough protein all at the same time. So because of that, we're going to kind of keep doing this for a week. I will say one thing I like about this, see how the chickens are all spread out? They're all doing their thing, doing this free choice. Typically, if I came down here with a bucket of feed for them, and they take roughly a full 5-gallon bucket for this number of chickens. But if I came down here with a bucket, they'd all be huddled in like the corner trying to get to me. Like, I'd have a hard time getting inside just to get in here because they'd all be hungry. The nice part about this that I like is they get it when they want, and we don't have to worry about it so much, and it can last a few days. So far I'm not necessarily opposed to this free choice food selection for the chickens. We've just got to figure out what they're going to the most, what they're eating on the most. And so far it's been those two right there. So far it's been the whole oats and the soybean meal. But the soybean meal is the one that is, we had this filled up yesterday. It came up within an inch of this top. So they've eaten, it looks to me like they've eaten more pounds of soybean meal than they have anything else. Although there is quite a bit of oats missing. But I think that may be the issue. We may have not had, maybe I wasn't mixing their feed right, or paying attention with the soybean meal because I hand mix it. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was the protein in conjunction with all the other stuff I've already mentioned. But we'll see. This is an experiment. So we're going to come back to this later and figure out what's going on and see how things are going. I don't know. We'll find out. So, long story short, trying to figure out what's caused the dip in the egg production. I know that happens some. If you Google search it, chickens stop laying eggs in the summer. It happens a lot, and it happens a lot because of the heat, and it happens because that tends to be a popular time when chickens go broody. So it's not uncommon, but we've had a significant drop in our egg production, and we depend on our chickens for our eggs. We have more that we can sell. And if we're going to have 100 plus chickens, you want to get some eggs out of it. You don't want to come down here to get eggs and only have like 18 eggs. That's disappointing. So either way, I'll keep you all updated on what's going on with the egg production. I think we're right around 20 to 24 eggs in a day right now, whereas before we were up closer to 50, going 50 plus per day, and it was a drastic sudden change. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching. Hit the like button and give me a comment. I enjoy the comments. Talk to y'all later. Bye.